Happy Tuesday, everybody. So today we're going to have two more formulas, and this is the last part of the chapter. We're going to be learning the surface area and volume of spheres. The one thing that you need to know is that the radius of a sphere is very much like the radius of a circle. It goes from the very center of the sphere to the edge of the sphere. We are going to be working with chords and tangents next chapter, but this is where the formula came from. So the surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi times the radius squared. And let's see, we don't need that. And the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi radius cubed. So there's that volume again. All right, so we want to find the surface area of this particular sphere. So surface area is going to be 4 times pi, 4 pi r squared. So we look at the sphere and we go, okay, this is 11. The whole thing is 22 feet. It's really hard to see on your sheet. So we're going to make this radius 11 squared. And this is 4 and pi. When you calculate that, you get 1,520.5 feet squared. So that's the surface area of that sphere. Now we've got a half a sphere, okay? So we say, okay, well, a whole sphere is 4 times pi times radius squared. So this is going to be half of that, half of 4 pi radius squared. Well, the radius is 3, so we can say half of 4 pi times the radius, which is 3 squared. And you calculate that all out, and you end up with 56.5. 56.5 centimeters squared. Now we need the surface area of this circle, because we just calculated the surface area of this. So now that circle is going to be pi r squared. And the radius again is 3. When you calculate that out, you end up with 28.3 centimeters squared. Add them all together and you get 84.8 centimeters squared. Now we're looking for the volume. Volume is that 4/3 pi r squared. So let's see. The volume of the sphere. Well, if I take this portion and this portion, that's going to make a whole sphere. So I'm going to do 4/3 pi, and then the radius is 10. And when I calculate that all out, I get 4,188.8 centimeters squared. And now I have to do the cylinder. The volume of that cylinder. So that formula is pi r squared times the height. calculates out to 5654.9. And the volume of that solid then is 9,843.7 centimeters cubed. Because I added the red and the green together. So I added 488.8 plus 5654.9, and that equals the 9843.7 centimeters cubed. All right. Now this looks like tennis balls in a box or something. We want to find out how much empty space is in this box. So we have to figure out the volume of both the balls and the box. Okay. So if we have those spheres in there, okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out the volume of the box. Perfect. So the volume of the box is going to be the base times the height, right? That's what a prism is. All right, so the base is 1.5 times 1.5. And the height is, oh, don't have it. Shoot. But yes, we do. If this right here is the diameter of the ball, and I take it and I rotate it, stop it, and I put it right over here, okay, I see that that's 1.5 also. So if I have 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, that's going to be the height. So that's going to be 4.5. When I calculate that all out, I get 10.1 inches cubed. All right. So now I've got the balls that I have to figure out the volume for. All right. Well, I know that I see 3 of them. So there are 3 balls, so I'm going to have to take the volume of the sphere times 3. So 3 times the volume of the sphere. Okay, that's going to be 4/3. And pi and r squared. Okay, what's the radius? The radius is 0.75. I'm going to square that. And when I type all that into my calculator, I end up with 5.3 inches cubed. So now I have the information that I need to find out the empty space. Empty space is your 10.1 minus your 5.3, and that's going to equal 4.8. That's how much empty space is in that box. That's why they sell tennis balls in cylinders rather than in boxes like that. So now we have to find the missing measurement. So they want us to find the surface area of a sphere if the volume is 972 pi. All right, that looks crazy, but it's really not too bad, because I'm going to use the formula for volume. Times r squared, that's And then I'm going to just plug things in. So I'm noticing that the volume is 972 pi equals 4/3 pi r squared. We don't know the radius yet. That's what we're solving for. Okay, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of this fraction. So I end up with 2016, this number, times 4 pi r squared. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 4 pi. And I end up with 729 equals r squared. R then equals 27. Okay, so we've got the radius, so now I can figure out the surface area of this sphere. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to move this over. All right, I'm going to figure out the surface area, which is the area of surface area equals 4 pi r squared. We've got the radius. So now I'm going to say surface area equals 4 pi times 27 squared. That equals 9160.9 units squared. All right, last one. Now we have to find the volume of a sphere, and they give us the surface area. So it's again the same kind of thing. We're going to say the surface area equals 4 pi r squared. All right, so the surface area is 144 pi equals 4 pi r squared. Divide by 4 pi. And I end up with 36 equals r squared. So the radius is 6. So now I'm going to use that information to plug it into the volume formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi times the radius squared, which is 6. Type that all into my calculator, and I end up with 150.8 units cubed. All right, any questions, please bring them tomorrow, and have a great night.